Pieter-Steph du Toit. I think he and Antoine Dupont will be the two contenders for World Player of the Year. I think you'd expect. He played second row last week, which we haven't seen him do too much for the Springboks. He was back in the back row again this week. You've played with Bakkies Botha, Victor Matfield, Ebenezer, P.S. Beast, Skulkberger, Dwayne Vermeulen. Where does he rank on that list? I mean, his performance in the World Cup final was titanic. He seems to be going from strength to strength and is back at the sort of peak of his powers.
Yes, he's done really, really well. I actually played one of my first matches, Bulls against Sharks, against him when he was a young player coming through, and he's done tremendously well. It's special to see that work rate, what someone's willing to do on the field, because he really pushes it to the maximum. He goes beyond, and you can see every single thing he does at 120%. Every clean, every tackle, he really goes beyond. And as I said, he can play in the next World Cup, and it's these different players. It's how the South African and where and what they at different clubs. I think he's in Japan at a club as well. So it's about player management, keeping these players at their highest level, and so that they can represent their countries and clubs. It's about a player management aspect, but it's special to see what he's achieved. He's had a phenomenal World Cup and contributed tremendously to South African rugby.
That's an interesting point you make there. Pieter-Steph du Toit could name his price in Europe, in France, well, especially France, but even an English club might make him their one big pay player. But he chooses South Africa. Now, it has improved a bit, he chooses Japan. It has improved a little bit in competitiveness. It's still not a touch on top 14 or Premiership, but he arrives in the international season fresh, healthy, eager. And is that when you say man management, is that clever man management?
Yes, I definitely think that South African rugby and Asians and Russia, I do believe, I don't know, but I do believe they get involved a little bit with those, negotiations and communication regarding play management and games. Because if you go play in Europe or England, I don't think there's so much communication and that play management that goes on there. I mean, I played in France, I played in England, and I earned every single euro, every single pound. I honestly played 250 games between those two countries. So when they sign an international player of a country, they feel that player should be playing 80+% of all the matches. So coming out of a Super Rugby those days, or Currie Cup and international test, then you go into a French season, and I can't remember what is the games. I mean, you're going up to 30 to 35 games. And you got your test matches on top of that. There's the Barbarians or 15 games or warm-up games and things. So you're up there to about 40-45 weekends a year of playing rugby. So now between the Japan and international, those links is a little bit less.